to another episode of 100 Proof Emma. I'm your host Emma, and I'm so stoked that you're here today. I'm going to be talking about the black sheep of all liquor, absinthe. So absinthe was actually made in Switzerland back in the 1800s and eventually made its way over in the US, and it has quite a crazy history. I can't wait to tell you. But in the meantime, if you can do me a solid and like, comment, and subscribe in the link below, follow along and let me know if you like this recipe. Absinthe is actually from the Egyptian era. It's made with wormwood, fennel, and star anise, and those items actually were made and used in medicinal purposes. Okay, so the fairy godmother, we are going to be using St. Germain elderflower liqueur. I'm also choosing to use St. George absinthe. St. George is made here locally in Los Angeles. It's made in a small town called Alameda, and I love to support boutique and locals, so definitely sticking with that. I'm also going to be using some freshly pressed pineapple juice and some lemon, and I'm going to be using some lime. I'd like to thank my friend Jordan for providing the largest lemons I've ever seen in the world for this cocktail. Sponsored by Jordan. Thank you. Okay, so I was actually introduced to absinthe at a really nice restaurant in downtown Los Angeles several years ago, and I noticed on the cocktail menu it actually said no more than one cocktail allowed per guest, and I didn't understand why. Now I know. The reason is because absinthe, generally speaking, the final content is between 55 and 72% alcohol by volume, which is almost double what vodka, gin, whiskey, tequila actually carries. So you have to be super careful when you're drinking this stuff. Go small. A small amount goes a really long way. Okay, so first of all, you're going to be using just a half of a lime, just a half of a lemon as well. After that, I have some delicious freshly cut pineapple. I went ahead and just juiced a little bit, 3/4 of an ounce. St. Germain elderflower liqueur. And I'm going to finish it with 1 ounce of absinthe. I mean, that star anise is really like pushing. It tastes like licorice. Oh gosh, I like it a lot. I'm hoping my fairy godmother will show up after I have a couple of these. Not fruity, very like full of herbs. Really, really herbal. You know, back in the day, this was quite an artist's drink. Not necessarily drink, but the absinthe itself. You know, Monet, Van Gogh, Ernest Hemingway. I mean, boy, Ernie, he really actually talked about these a lot and actually wrote about them in letters. Apparently he really liked to throw knives at pianos whenever he was drinking absinthe. Pretty cool. I haven't thrown a knife yet, but I'm feeling what he was feeling. I'm definitely in the direction that Ernie was in when he was getting all creative and poetic on everybody. Small quantities are okay, but if you drink it heavily and man, you're gonna feel really creative, and then you're gonna get sleepy, and then you're gonna forget what you were saying. You're gonna find yourself shooting a video on YouTube and you don't remember why. Wow. Well, cheers to me and cheers to you, and to another episode of 100 Proof Emma. See you next time. You know, old Ernie, he really liked his absinthe a lot. You know, old Ernie, that's a problem, all right?